Well, it's a beautiful afternoon here across the upper Mississippi River Valley here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Beautiful day today. Sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 70s. We're looking for a high of 78 degrees today across the Twin Cities. So a beautiful day here in Minnesota. And we're going to be talking about your weather forecast. And thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys had a great day today. And I'm going to let you know what the forecast will be for tomorrow so that you can plan and have a great day again tomorrow. So let's jump into that forecast because we got to talk about some action down in the tropics. And I'm excited about this one because this is Tropical Storm Ernesto at this time, but it will be strengthening to a hurricane probably about 2 a.m. Eastern time or whatever time it is out there over the Atlantic. 2 a.m. So we'll have a hurricane Ernesto category 1, and that hurricane has its eyes set on Bermuda, and it's going to affect the Bahamas. It's going to affect Puerto Rico as well. We might see a little bit of rainfall as it's going to mainly pass to the north of Puerto Rico and to the west of the Bahamas. We're definitely going to see high surf and swells and some rain showers in the area as that storm passes to the east, and is more than likely going to make a head-on strike with Bermuda as possibly a Category 3 hurricane. So potentially is going to spend a brief period of time as a Category 3 hurricane, possibly Thursday and Friday. It will spend some time as a Category 3, could have winds sustained at 120 miles per hour up to 140 miles per hour. So a very strong hurricane. So cruise interest, shipping interest, if you're pleasure boating, if you are doing any activities in the Caribbean and in and around the Bermuda area, keep an eye out on the weather forecast, but close attention to the conditions in your area because it's going to get rather gnarly out there. We're going to be seeing high winds, going to see high swell, heavy rain, so we have a pretty big hurricane that you're going to be dealing with out there across the Western Atlantic, and across the island of Bermuda, as we're going to be dealing with a Category 3 hurricane. Hurricane warnings are already posted, or at least hurricane watches are posted. Bermuda, Bahamas, Puerto Rico, as well, Hispaniola. Hurricane watches are currently in place. Here is the track that our beautiful hurricane is going to take. We have our hurricane advisories in place already down around the Puerto Rico area. There's Puerto Rico there. There's our hurricane tropical storm right now. That's going to reach hurricane status probably about 2 a.m. Then we're going to see it make its way a little bit northwest for a couple of days, a day or two. Thursday is going to begin to make its turn toward the north and northeast, and we're going to see it blow over Bermuda Friday morning, and through about 2 p.m. Friday, we could see a major hurricane, Category 3 hurricane, but then it's going to downgrade back to a Category 2. So we'll see a Category 2 hurricane moving toward the North Atlantic. So off the coast of the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic, the Northeast, and off the coast of Newfoundland and Labrador and Nova Scotia. That's going to be well out to sea. But you will be affected. You will know because we will see lots of the surf will be very high. So rough seas, and we're going to also have high surf. You're going to see rip currents as well. So any small boats, going to be very careful out there as we head on out toward the end of the week through Saturday and Sunday, our hurricane will be still working its way toward the North Atlantic and the open ocean out there. So, very interesting weather forecast for you guys today, as we have to deal with Ernesto, Tropical Storm Ernesto, soon to be Hurricane Ernesto, in just a matter of hours, and we will be looking at a potentially major hurricane come Saturday afternoon. We could see a brief period of time which could be a Category 3, and that is winds of 120 miles per hour or stronger. 120 to about 140. So here are the impacts that we're going to see. We're going to see some moderate impacts down across the Lesser Antilles, the Lesser Antilles, Hispaniola, and Puerto Rico. And we're going to be seeing the moderate impacts from tropical storm, heavy rain, so lots of heavy rain. And then we're going to see, make that turn to the north, where we're going to start to see high impacts because of our hurricane. It will be Hurricane Ernesto, so we're going to see high impacts that's going to change over to extreme impacts as it makes its way across the island of Bermuda come Saturday. Again, here is our path of our storm. You can see Ernesto out here, and it's going to be making its way toward the northwest across the Lesser Antilles. Puerto Rico is right there, and once it crosses Puerto Rico, we'll make that sharp turn to the right, to the left, or to the right, make its way toward the north. It's going to pass to the east of the Bahamas, so we're going to be seeing maybe some rain from outer bands, and we're going to be seeing heavy surf toward the Bahamas, and that storm is going to make its way toward the northeast slowly, and it's going to eventually run directly into the island of Bermuda. So if you're cruising this week and you're going to Bermuda, yeah, you might want to rethink that cruise and see if the cruise line will reschedule that, get you on a different day, different ship or something. So, because that's going to be rather tricky this week, and I'm pretty sure they will make plans according to that. So here we are as we look at our rainfall totals for this Hurricane Ernesto, and we're going to be looking at rainfall anywhere from 4 to 8 inches across the Antilles and Hispaniola and Puerto Rico. We're going to be looking at 4 to 8 inches, but we're going to see 8 to 12 inches of rain as that storm system intensifies into our hurricane and makes its way toward the north. And then we'll see those rainfall totals peel back a little bit, make down to 8 inches as it crosses the island of Bermuda. Here is our wind speeds, and as we can see here, as we get into Saturday afternoon, when our hurricane crosses Bermuda, it's going to make a direct hit, mostly toward the east, but it's going to make a pretty direct hit on the island of Bermuda, and we're going to see those winds up to 140 miles per hour. So a very powerful hurricane. Again, we're going to see the potential for thunderstorms. Today is Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. So we're going to see the potential for some thunderstorms across Iowa and Missouri, southwestern Illinois, and then across the plains again from Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma, Tulsa, Kansas, and Nebraska. We're going to see some thunderstorms, and then some more thunderstorms across southern South Dakota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So we're going to see the Badlands and what's the other? You got Sioux Falls, but you got Aberdeen, I think it's in North Dakota. But what's the city? Sioux Falls, and I know it's Rock something. I can't think. It's Rock something in the southwestern side of South Dakota. It's another large town there. So rounds of severe thunderstorms this afternoon and tonight across the central and northern plains, parts of the northern plains. and we're going to be seeing some of those thunderstorms across the southern areas of the Corn Belt into the Wheat Belt. Again, so Missouri, Arkansas, southern Indiana near Kentucky, and southern Iowa. And our primary threats today is going to be heavy rain that could lead to some flash flooding, and damaging winds is going to be the primary threat. So, could be some drought relief in some areas as well. And we're going to be seeing some severe thunderstorms here across the Four Corners, New Mexico, southern Arizona, around the Mogollon Rim, Phoenix, Tucson. Again, we're going to see some thunderstorms, Colorado, southern portions of Wyoming, Casper. We're going to see thunderstorms over into Utah, Salt Lake City, St. George, Grand Junction in Colorado, Cedar City, St. George. Those areas could see some thunderstorms in Zion National Park, Arches National Park. So that could lead to some flash flooding. Arches, Zion, Bryce Canyon. I love those places. Those beautiful places in the Intermountain West there, across the Central and Southern Rockies. And we're going to be seeing some monsoon thunderstorms over that region. And here is where we could see some severe weather today across the plains. So Kansas, parts of Oklahoma, so Colby, North Platte, Nebraska, up to parts of South Dakota, so Pierre, and Rapid City. That's the city I was trying to remember. Rapid City, South Dakota. Yeah, that's the other city. Rapid City and Sioux Falls. So we can see some no severe weather across Sioux Falls. Most of the severe weather today is going to be to the west, on the western half of the state. So Rapid City, Bismarck, Miles City into Wyoming and Colorado. We're going to see some severe thunderstorms. There's a marginal risk for severe storms, and we're going to be seeing damaging winds, and heavy rain is the primary threat, and some hail. But not looking at gorilla hail or tornadoes today, but some small pea-sized, maybe some nickel and dime-sized hail, and some damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorms will be possible again tomorrow and tomorrow night across parts of the plains again. So we're looking at some thunderstorms across western Minnesota. So Fargo down through Aberdeen, down into Sioux City, Iowa, down through Omaha, Nebraska, in North Platte, Dodge City, Kansas, and over to Kansas City. We're going to be seeing some severe thunderstorms, some isolated severe thunderstorms. We have a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms across the central and northern plains. And we're going to be seeing the threat for damaging winds and heavy rain that could lead to some flash flooding, damaging winds that could top off at 70 miles per hour. And there's an isolated gust chance for 80 or more. So watch out for that. So beautiful weather across the Northeast as we head into your Wednesday. So a beautiful pattern in the Northeast for Wednesday with dry, mostly rain-free weather with high pressure in control with a nice offshore flow. So we're looking at those temperatures about the seasonal averages for this time of the year, 80 degrees or so, 70s in the north, 80s along the coast. So a nice offshore flow. Temperatures in the low 80s around New York City and Boston, down to the DC area, Philadelphia as well. Looking at really nice day for your Wednesday across the Northeast and the Great Lakes. No thunderstorms in your future there. And again, we will look at some renewed cooling chance as we head into Wednesday from Saturday. So by the time we get to the weekend, we're going to see things cool off across the Northeast and the Great Lakes and turn a little bit wetter as well as we get a little bit of a trough in the jet stream. So some fast-moving weather systems will slide out of the plains and across the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes and into the interior portions of the Northeast. And these quick moving systems are going to bring with it some showers, some thunderstorms, and much cooler temperatures as well. We could see those temperatures in the 60s and 70s. So a nice cooling trend and a little bit wetter and unsettled as well. So we're not looking at any severe weather outbreaks, but we are going to be looking at some cooler, more unsettled weather conditions as we head into this weekend. Again, here's some rain showers, thunderstorms we're going to be seeing moving across the Carolinas and eastern Georgia as we have an influence off of the tropics. So we're going to be seeing maybe a weak weather system interacting with that tropical moisture coming off of the Atlantic. And that's going to provide some focus for showers and thunderstorms in the Carolinas, both North Carolina and through most of South Carolina to northern Georgia. So if you're in Myrtle Beach and Charlotte and in those areas, we're going to see several rounds of showers and some slow-moving thunderstorms. So heavy rain that could lead to some flooding. So definitely need some drought relief as conditions have been mostly dry other than influences from the tropics. We've been seeing any rainfall coming from tropical origins, and that's no difference here. Again, the influence off of the tropical Atlantic and the Gulf Stream. So we have that influence that's going to bring showers and some thunderstorms across the mid-Atlantic and portions of the Southeast. And that's going to continue all the way through next week, through the midweek next week. And that is your weather forecast for today. My name is Mr. G. I'm your weather forecaster. And don't forget those thunderstorms out across the Four Corners. I believe I mentioned those, where we can see those monsoon storms in Arizona, New Mexico, parts of Colorado, and Utah. So enjoy your weather today and tomorrow. And I will see you guys again tomorrow evening about the same time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.